Here we're going to be talking about the choices in the beginning of Kingdom Hearts 3 and what they actually mean and how they affect us gameplay wise for two reasons. One, we already covered this for 1 and 2, so we got to complete the set, and 2, I remember first time I played KH3 I wasn't too sure if they were the same thing as KH1 and 2, particularly the first choice you make. Speaking of which, let's start with that. So the first choice reads, what do you desire, and you as usual get 3 choices or 3 options. Now what does this do? Well, it affects your starting stats. If you choose Wisdom, which is more magic focused of course, you start with 90 HP and 120 MP. However, if you choose Vitality, you start with a lot more HP, that being 120, however a lot less MP this time around with only 100. And then there is the balance option, which is one I personally like going with, and here you start with 105 HP and 110 MP, and that's the only thing that's affected by the first choice you have to make. Moving on to the second one, this one is a lot more simpler, or I guess it's pretty much on the same level I say, because it works just like it did in Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. Here you have to choose a power, and you get the option between the power of the Guardian, power of the Warrior, or power of the Mystic, and this is just like it sounds like, the same choice you make at the start of both KH1 and KH2, but back then they were represented with the Dream Sword, Dream Staff, and Dream Shield. Now just like in KH1 and 2, there's a whole list to this, which I will put on screen right now for a few seconds, but the best way to explain all this without having you guys read a fucking spreadsheet is basically it works the same way that it did before in 1 and 2, and that means that these choices affect your abilities, meaning that if you for example choose the Guardian, you'll have defense based abilities earlier, and if you choose the Warrior, the priority of getting those abilities early is given to more attack based abilities. And of course, if you choose the Mystic, you get more magic based abilities earlier on. Pretty straightforward, just like in KH2, however a little bit different from KH1. In KH3 you don't have to give up a power. Let me clarify something before I say this next part. I suck at KH3, meaning that I can't really give you any recommendations for these. However, what I will say is that in terms of the beginning stats, I personally always like to go for the balanced option. That's just how I'm used to doing it, and as for the powers, I always pick either the Warrior or the Guardian. If you know me, I was never a huge magic user, at least not in the numbered Kingdom Hearts games, so I almost never pick magic focused powers, whether I'm playing KH1, 2, or 3. But like I said, I suck at KH3, so don't take this as advice for one of your playthroughs, or do, and I guess let me know how you do in the comments. But with that said, I want to thank you for watching this video too, and also real quick, if you can leave a like on the video and subscribe to the YouTube channel, that would help out a lot. We're trying to get to 200 subs, so let's go ahead and try to make that happen, and until the next video stream, bye bye.